Every movie tells a story. Every story tells a tale. Come with us as the people behind the Cinemadness podcast talk candidly about the stories that connect them to their favorite movies. This is Real Stories from the Aisles.
Thank you very much for tuning in to Real Stories, brought to you by Cinemadness, the podcast. I am, of course, Roman, and today I want to take you in a time machine. Our time machine is going to stop in January of 1996. Now, during this time period, you'll see a very bushy-haired Roman as he's watching football with his family, the given Sunday activity that I like to do back then. And during one of the commercials, there was a advertisement for Independence Day. And the advertisement was pretty cool because the commercial looked like a regular after-game interview where one of the NFL players was talking about the game, and then all of a sudden, this gargantuan shadow overcasted the stadium, causing first the player and then the interviewer and then the cameraman to look up, showcasing the massive alien ship, which was heavily shown on the film Independence Day. Well, around that time period, that really just caused a lot of intrigue for myself and for my family. Oh, what's that? That looks so cool. We started going on the internet, AOL, of course, and AOL had some information on what that alien ship belonged to. The movie was Independence Day. This was at the real beginning of IMDb.com, but you could still look up information on it. And sure enough, we found out about the movie Independence Day, or ID4. It was really very, very intriguing just on that scene alone. An alien ship overcasting the football stadium, and it was huge. So as time went on, I bought a magazine featuring Independence Day. It was very interesting because it was also featuring the Michael J. Fox film, The Frighteners, which we'll let history be the judge whether or not you remember Independence Day more or Frighteners. So scholars will probably argue to this day. But the magazine really just, again, intrigued me, wet my whistle, and I was super psyched to see this film. And I had to wait until July 3rd. Well, my birthday is around that time period, so July 3rd, no problem. I was stoked. But then I found out that they moved the release date back or forward earlier to July 2nd. And now I'm really, really psyched. So sure enough, we go to the theater, we being my mom, my brother, and myself. We're watching the film, and everybody in the theater is just buzzing. It was an electric time. It was a lot of fun. It was an outstanding film from my memory, where opening scene, you hear the creaking of the alien ship as it's going over the moon, and you see the moon dust shaking as you see the footsteps of Neil Armstrong completely being covered by the shaking or the vibrations made by the massive shaking, creaking alien ship. Well, as the movie continues, we're all laughing as a group. It was a fun atmosphere. Will Smith was at the height of his game in humor, just completely engaged. Well, near the end of the first act, there's a scene where you see how vicious the alien ship can be, where it explodes a surveillance cargo ship. I don't know the actual word, so if you guys know the actual word, stop yelling at me. I can't hear you, but feel free to help me out. But the surveillance ship explodes, and the way the shot shows it is it explodes and you see the crew go first and the flame just kind of follows the viewer. So it's almost like it was 3D, even though it wasn't. And it completely roars and it's hot and it's vivid. And I was caught up in the moment and I scream. Well, I scream thinking that everyone's going to scream with me. Everyone's going to laugh with me. Nope. I am the only one screaming in the theater. Of course, there was an awkward silence. My mom looks at me. She basically tells me, come on, grow up. Still awkward silence. And then some giggles. Well, the movie continues on. And, of course, everyone should know the movie by now. If not, go check it out. It's worth your time. But, so when I get out of the theater, as it would have it, you would think in a very dark and dim theater, no one would know who screamed. Nope. Hey, buddy, you doing okay? One patron said. Boy, you didn't see that coming? Another patron said. Nope, I didn't. And of course, my mom, being the heroic person, just stands back and giggles and just lets me enjoy this moment in the sun by myself. At least as my memory puts it. Maybe she was a little bit more defensive. But it was definitely a moment where I stood out because I was really into the film. I later watched that film, I believe, 8 times in the theater. And as soon as it came out on VHS, yes, I said VHS, that was pre-DVD and pre-downloads for you kids who are TikToking what is a VHS. I just told you, you're welcome. So when it came out on VHS, I got it. I believe I got it for Christmas. And still to this day, Independence Day is a go-to when I want to test out my surround sound between that and Twister. But a lot of fun. And when I see Independence Day to this day, I reflect on a lot of great one-liners and a lot of great scenes, a lot of great special effects. And I reflect on screaming very loudly and very awkwardly. So just in case you enjoy that movie experience, just remember there could be a 14-year-old kid who's way too invested into the film and kind of loses himself for a moment. So that is my real story for Independence Day. I would love to hear what you guys think. Were you with me? Was I all alone? Were you one of the guys that asked if I was okay? If you are, yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. But be sure to check out the other selections by my other cohorts and friends on Cinemadness podcast. And be sure to check out all our content. And thank you very much for sharing a real story with me. Bye, guys.